Hey guys, here we are at 25123 Byers Drive. I just want to give you a quick out view of the property. Decently mature already landscaping, quite a few bushes over on that far side. Doesn't look like they've started up their irrigation yet. It's still pretty dry, and that's kind of seems like where most neighbors are at, and so I think everyone's still kind of waiting. Quietest street on that side. You will get a little bit of plane noise out here, just being this close to the airport. So inside you can't hear it, but outside you can. Behind these houses we're looking at right now in front of us, main road, one of the main roads is just right behind there, so you get a very small amount of truck noise on that side. But coming up, looks like they've maybe had to do some replacement concrete right here in front at one point. Those look like they're a little bit newer than the rest of the concrete. But as you come up to the house, again, small yard, does have irrigation in it and a decent amount of plants to kind of cover up the home. Coming up, garage is in decent shape. You can tell there's a couple places where there is some touch-up paint. You can probably see in this video the best. A little bit of touch-up paint on there from little nicks and bumps. So be a little prepared for that. On the garage door, there is just the slightest indent right here by the handle. Hard to show it in camera, but visually you can kind of see a small indent where it just got pushed in a little bit. Exteriorly, paint's in okay shape. Looks like it's going to be needing a repainting here. Mainly around the trim and windows. Best way I can show you, I'll zoom in. You see those boards up there around the window. They're starting to show some wear and tear on them. They still look like they're in okay shape. I don't see too much water damage, but from down here, obviously hard to tell. So that would be an inspection item. Fence isn't looking in good shape on that side. You're starting to see a little bit of weathering on it, but nothing too major yet. Small hairline crack on this part of the concrete. Here in Colorado, that's a very small hairline crack, so not as big of an issue. And then it does look like they did replace as well. Let me zoom this out again. But they did also replace the sidewalk coming up to this as well. So it looks like this has been new, no issues so far. And so those are some questions we can ask as we get, if this one is of interest on that side. Paint coming up to the front door, looking in good shape. One thing to notice is it's just dusty out here. So all this caulking that they did on here is just dirty at this point. Could use a power washing on that side just to kind of clean it up, or go back through and just put a new layer of caulk around just to kind of tighten it up just a little bit. Front door, a couple little smudge and scratches, but nothing too major. Coming into the main part of the house, flooring is in good shape. I don't see a bunch of dog scratches. Definitely laid professionally on that side as well, so nothing crazy along there. Trim boards are kind of having that same caulk issue where it just is dirty right now. So these are 1.5 caulk, or not caulk, but 1.5 trim boards down here. So they're kind of the basic, but they could really use a cleaning based off of, I don't know if you can really tell in this photo, but just take my word for granted. Take my word for it that they just are a little dirtier in here. It's a well-used house. Right off the front door, you're running into your quarter bathroom. Good size. Nothing to report in there. All basic features. So that's a chromed out light above and just the basic pedestal sink on that. Paint in here is in good shape. Obviously this toilet's probably one of the least used ones. Closet right here. They do have the access showing. Here's your crawl space. They are using it for some storage down there. I think this guy is a bottler of liquor or water or something on that side. So he's got a lot of his storage down there. Coming into the main part of the house, hooking a right, you'll get into your kitchen. LG appliances throughout, from the stove, microwave, and fridge. Granite countertops. And then as well, the cabinets here with actual handles, so that's always a good deal. And then everything on the inside's looking good as well. Not soft close. So my apologies for kind of throwing that a little harder than I was expecting. Kitchen in here, everything's looking good. Even by where most people are gonna stand. There are no major scratches. There's a couple little small smudges, but nothing major. This is now into the kind of right behind the back door. We've seen this floor plan a few times, but here's your looking out from the window to your neighbors, heading towards the east from your dinette kitchen area. Backyards, like I said, they just haven't been able to do much out here yet. So they got some work to do in terms of cleaning it up a little bit, just some weeds, but it is sloping downwards away from the home, just to give you a heads up on the grade. So the grading out here isn't a major concern. You can kind of see there's a little bit of difference in the fencing. This east side definitely gets the most sun, so it's the most beat up at this point. So again, nothing you have to change or do. You could throw a little bit of cleaning on them at some point, but definitely not needed. Most of the area is rocked out here. This was definitely a backyard that I believe the builders would have put in at one point, and then some of these extra bushes in the back were added later. Metal trim out here. In terms of quality of the back, in terms of paint and everything on that end, windows, everything's looking good on the outside. I don't see really, the back side is actually a lot cleaner than the front side. I do see one small issue that I'll show you really quick, where just the paint is starting to peel. This is a pretty typical spot when water's going to be hitting off of it. So right below your door coming out, the paint is just finally starting to peel. Again, nothing major, but something I would do is come in and repaint that section just to re-solidify it. Coming over to this side, your AC unit's on this side. Fence is fully enclosed. There's a slight separation in the fence where the screws are coming out right here. So you could use a little bit of extra screwing, but again, that's nothing super major. You got your Lennox AC unit put in originally when the home was built. That's pretty much it for that side. All gutter spouts are here, no dents in the gutters from where I can see. Like I said, nothing major on the siding. Siding's in good shape. We do have a dog on that side of the house on the west side. You got some damage up here on the shutters, where you got some missing shutters on that side. That's a decorative thing, and it looks like, let me get it to you over here. This one's starting to pop out a little bit, so shutter wise they could use a little work, but again, kind of something small. We'll zoom it back out and get away from the dogs. And we'll go back inside, but that's really the backyard, big enough for a tramp. Back patio, there is no back patio, so just something to think about. Coming back into the home smells good, smells inviting. Space-wise, very similar to a lot of the other 2 stories we saw, so gives you kind of an idea of this perspective. But you could fit furniture in here just fine, no problem on that side, and is set up pretty well to where you're not having to awkwardly put your furniture. Here is your pantry, not a walk-in, but there's a decent amount of room in here. Coming into this room, the carpet is in actually really good condition. Obviously can't see behind the couch or anything like that, but don't see any major stains or any issues there. Carpet, it doesn't really look like these guys have a dog unless it's a really well-behaved dog. I don't really see it too much. These guys do have a new kid, it looks like, as well, so maybe they're upgrading and moving to a bigger home here at some point. These 2 doors, first one in front of us is going to be your coat closet, or sorry, utility closet, where your furnace will be at. Goodman furnace, originally from when the home was built. And then you do have a 50-gallon hot water tank put in at the same time. There is no humidifier on this AC unit or on this furnace unit, so if you guys wanted to put one in, definitely something you could do. Coming out to the garage now. This garage is a little bit tighter, so storage out here could be a little more difficult. He's got it pretty stacked full at the moment anyway, so just something to be aware of. Does have a window to the exterior for the garage. You obviously have some room to be able to put some storage within about a 6-foot distance on the ceiling, like he has it. He has an older Toyota Tacoma, so that fits in this right side of the garage. So even on the left side, once this is cleared out, it'd feel a lot bigger. But due to this little bevel or little jaunt out from the actual doorway, that's where it's just kind of sucking down your storage area, just to keep you guys informed on that. But nothing else major that I can point out in the garage from here. Swing back inside and we will head upstairs. One thing to notice on the stairs, zoom in really quick, but there's just some cracking along some of the wood here. All that takes is a little bit of caulk to go through and clean that up. It's along both sides of the stairs in certain spots. So again, another more of a cosmetic issue on that side. Carpet coming up the stairs is in good shape. Doesn't look like it needs to be replaced anytime soon, just from what I can tell. Again, smells clean and inviting. Coming up to the upstairs, you do have the loft area. So a good spot to put another TV or hangout area for the kids to kind of create some separation with the family. Going down there, it's going to be laundry room plus your 2 spare bedrooms and your laundry closet or linen closet. But swinging right off the stairs to the master bedroom. King size bed for reference. These are some decent sized dressers as well. So it shows that you should have a decent amount of space in here to make things work. Major wise in here, nothing too major. One thing, no fan. It's pretty hot in here, so AC unit. Just be prepared for it to be a little bit warmer upstairs when you're sleeping, unless you start opening up the windows at night and trying to draw in a little bit more air. But for the bathroom, you do have an exterior window in the bathroom right next to the shower. Shower is a decent size, tiled almost all the way up to the top. That's always a nice deal versus it being only tiled up very far. Again, some grout work that needs to be done. I see a few spots that need some new caulking and grout work. You got a little section here. In this corner, kind of hard to see, but there's just some separation from the caulking there. There we go, now you can see it. Some separation there. And then what I would suggest if you guys did go for this house is one, do a deep clean on the shower pan. Shower pans and is just dirty since it's white and can come up pretty clean with a CLR, lime, and junk removal, grease removal. They don't clean the shower super often, I can tell, so there's just some stains here down at the bottom of this as well. So again, this would just take a good deep clean to get it looking a little better, and then re-caulking around the base pan, and then just really in the corners after that. Flooring in here, good shape. Nothing to report on the flooring. It's a gray brown tile, just to give you a heads up. Doors all work. I tested all those, went through, all faucets work. Here's your toilet area. So totally separated, which is always a nice deal for some of us. Swing it back out. Closet is separated from the bathroom, so you do have a small closet here. Filled with a lot of clothes right now, so gonna be kind of hard to show. If I was to give you dimensions on it, it's probably around a 10-foot long closet by 4.5 feet long, or wide. And then you do have a small cubby area as well, where it looks like most of the husband's clothes are at. He gets that little section, plus where all his, old school jerseys are at. And then the wife takes the other half of the closet. Other than that, nothing major to report here. From here, just from your master bedroom window, you do see A little piece of the old dump there, just to give you a heads up. Master bedroom does face the front of the house. And then this is your other window as well, which you get no views of the mountains from this room in particular, so nothing too major to report there. Good sized room out here. Pretty decent sized sectional these guys have out here. Let me see if I can zoom that out for you. But pretty decent sized sectional. I think they might have some kids, or they just had some small damages from moving in and out. So you'll have small things like that where there's some puncture holes in the wall, some scrapes and scratches from bringing stuff up here. Something that can be more cosmetic and can be fixed relatively easy. Swinging around, you got your small laundry room. No shelving in here. Looks like maybe they were gonna put some shelving in with those boxes and put it above the washer and dryer just to store chemicals and cleaning detergents. Floor in here is linoleum, just to give you a heads up. It's a good thing to have in for a laundry room. It works the best versus a tile, so nothing crazy on that end. Here is the linen closet for the laundry room and for all your towels for the bathrooms. That's the main storage area up here for that. Coming into this bathroom, it is a single sink. Everything's tucked in together on that. I think when I was looking at this as well, yeah, this is still a very well used bathtub as well. And they must use it for their little kid, but same thing, just needs a recaulking around the fiberglass tub and in the corners on both sides. But the grout in between the tile on this one is in good shape. Again, a little dirty down below. So if you did end up going for this home, we'd probably request for them to get a professional cleaner in here to help kind of clean this up. Coming into the other bedroom, one of the spare bedrooms. This is the bigger of the two bedrooms, really good for the guest bedroom, or if you want both your kids in the same room, good spot for a bunk bed, and they also could have a pretty decent sized area for a play area. This is a king size bed for reference, so that should show you that this is a pretty dang good sized bedroom. Closets, your basic closet, 6 foot long by 2.5 foot wide, shelving on top with the rail. Pretty hard to show you because it looks like the wife puts the rest of her clothes in this closet. No big dings, no major issues here. A couple of smudges on the wall, and that's really all I have to report. No fans in any of the upstairs bedrooms, so just something to keep in mind. Going into their kind of nursery area, this is the smaller of the two bedrooms, but still plenty good size. Could fit a queen bed in here pretty easily with some dressers. The closet is going to be identical to the other one. This is obviously their kids' storage. So same size, same everything, just a little less messy because the kid only has so many clothes. This bedroom faces the backyard. Sorry, not the world's best photo, but shows you faces the backyard. And then that bedroom over here does face the front yard and does also have a window that is facing the neighbors, but you can only see the roof of the neighbors. Everything in this bedroom looks good. All the doors are working. Everything else is in good shape. Biggest thing is just the cosmetics. You can tell that this home was lived in. You know, there's a little bit of dirt along this edge right here that's probably hard for me to show because people are using it as a handrail. So I'd use a Mr. Clean rag just to clean that up, or like I said, we'll have a professional come in here and get it clean for you guys on that side. They did repaint these rails. They didn't take them off, so a little bit of touch-up paint might need to be used there at some point. I'm hoping these guys maybe have some of that old touch-up paint too. But that is really it. Overall clean home, nothing major to be concerned about. Front of the home does have a little bit more upkeep needed, just due to the fact that the house is facing south, so that's getting most of the sun. And then coming through here to the main master door, there's a few things I can see here that I didn't see before, but here we go. So They got a little bit of damage up there. I wonder if they had someone went in and tried to replace this trim board at one point that we're looking at on the left hand side of the door. Otherwise, the front door on the back side looks like it could use some replacement. I think that's the first place I've seen that maybe a small dog might have been chewing a little bit at the door, but they've only been able to get through the paint, and there's just a slight difference in that corner for paint and primer. And they've obviously tried to repaint this door, so those little flecks of white paint is what is on the seal at the bottom. So again, really more cosmetic side of things. The house is overall in decent shape. So that is it really for this one, you guys. Nothing major else to report. Coming over here, up there, their decorative window covering. I lost the word for it all of a sudden, but the decorative window covering up there that I'm pointing at just straight above you, that's a little loose. The screws have come out a little bit on that one. So a few little items like that that we can kind of discuss and talk about. Like I said, they don't have the irrigation up and running, but here's where your irrigation backflow is at, and valves, gas meter, all tucked up behind. And that is it, guys. I hope this video helps on that side, and we'll be in touch, and just let me know what you guys need more information on. We'll just swing over to this side really quick and get you the last view of this area. So this is where your gate is. This is where you'd probably keep your trash cans instead of in the garage, unless otherwise you guys wanted to. And this is going to be the west side of the west side facing house. The fence in the backyard is tall enough to where it kind of cuts off all your neighbors, to where you feel a little more freedom, I would say, in terms of not feeling like you're sharing your dinner with your neighbors. Roof, from what I can tell from here, looks like it's in okay shape. Inspector will cover anything else that I wouldn't on that side if we got more serious about it. But that's really it, guys. Let me know what you guys have question-wise. Talk to you later.